It's all the rage right now to use artificial intelligence to help do mundane tasks. We see it all the time in a lot of chat bots now are just artificial intelligence. We can see artificial intelligence also be used to create scams. So I decided to mess around with the artificial intelligence a little bit and ask it some common questions that I get asked all the time and see what its answers are. So today we're going to go over what artificial intelligence has to say about training a cashier, and then what I would do to make it a better training process. Welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach, author of 5 food truck vending books, including Food Truck 101 and Food Truck 201. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business.
The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply. USAA.
According to AI, the way to train a cashier is, and this is going to be a direct quote from the AI, explain the menu. The first step is to explain the menu and the items that the food truck has to offer. Make sure to go over each item in detail, including the ingredients, cooking methods, and prices. This will help the cashier answer any questions customers may have. This is very true, but it's not the place that I would start. The cashier has to be able to do the things that AI determined. However, the most efficient way to teach them about the menu is to teach them how to cook it. Now, you're not going to be teaching them for speed. What you're going to be doing is going over each item that's on the menu from the standpoint of the cooking process, the assembly process. They're going to see how difficult it is to work in the kitchen, how easy it is to fall behind when a cashier doesn't pay attention to how many orders they're putting through at one time. In order for a cashier to be great, they have to understand the overall process within the food truck. This is why I tell everybody when you go to hire an employee, you're going to cross-train them on everything and you're going to pay them the same amount. So that was step 1 according to the AI. Step number 2 according to AI is demonstrate the order-taking process. Show the cashier how to take orders from customers. This includes asking the customer for the order, inputting them into the POS system, and collecting payment. Now that sounds exactly like what a cashier does. However, there's more to it than that, especially when you go to train someone. You want to have a script that explains exactly what the cashier should be saying every single time a guest steps up to the food truck window to place an order. It should be something that's laminated, something that they can see, and something they can refer to. And it would go something along the lines of, "Hi, welcome to the food truck. Would you like to try a double cheeseburger today?" With the same kind of enthusiasm, the same kind of smile in their voice. And you want to say that over and over again until it sounds super sincere and super friendly. What that does is it signals to the guests that, hey, it's time to tell us what you want. Now, inputting it into the POS system, that's kind of obvious, but then there's more to it than that, way more to it than that. You want to suggest a sell, you want to upsell, you want to round out the order. All of those things help to put more money into your pocket, but it also helps to get the complete order out of the guest. Someone that steps up and says, "Hey, I like that double cheeseburger," they may completely have forgotten that they were supposed to get fries and a drink. So that's why it's important that the cashier is going to say, "Hey, would you like some fries with that? Would you like a drink with that? Would you like a dessert with that?" All of those things go into the order taking process. Now, once you've gotten the guests to stop giving you items that they're going to want to put on their order, and you've suggested sold something to them, you want to repeat the order back. What this does, and this is such a key component to the order taking process and the overall speed of service, is it buys time for the kitchen to get caught up, because the cashier can take way more orders than the kitchen will ever be able to produce. So we got to buy them time. That's why it's important that the cashier goes and learns how to cook the food first before they're ever thrown up front, because they know the kitchen needs time to be able to get the burger put down, to be able to get the fries dropped, to be able to get the bun started toasting. So the cashier now understands how important it is to put space in there. So you repeat the order back. Okay, I have your order as 1 double cheeseburger. I have 1 large drink. I have an order of fries and that brownie dessert. Is that correct? And then when the guest says, yes, that's correct, then they go into the process of completing the order, getting the cash payment, running the credit card. Step number 3, according to AI, is teach customer service skills. It's important for the cashier to be friendly and engaging with customers. Teach them how to greet customers, how to answer questions, and how to resolve any issues that may arise. Okay. Teaching them how to greet the customer goes back to that script I was talking about. Teach them how to answer questions. They should know how to answer questions because you've already explained the menu to them and you've already had them learning the cooking processes. So they should be able to answer most basic questions. So how to resolve any issue, there is a specific way to do that. I've done whole videos on this. You want to teach your employees to listen, apologize, satisfy, and thank. That's LAST. Listen, apologize, satisfy, and thank. You can give them the authority level to do a lot of guest complaint resolution, but they also have to have a limit. They have to have a ceiling. They have to know they can go so far, and then they got to get your approval to do something else. So for example, someone comes up and they are just thoroughly upset because the complete order has been messed up and all they want is a refund. You probably want to be in charge of refunds as an owner of the food trailer. Now certainly the cashier can listen, they can apologize, and in order to do the satisfaction, they've got to get the owner of the food truck involved. You want to train them on the POS. This is the next step according to AI, which does make sense. They got to understand how the POS system works. So again, if you start them in the kitchen, they're seeing the end result of the POS system. They're hopefully seeing some KDS screen that you're using, or they're seeing some ticket that you're using and how the ticket rail works. So by having started in the kitchen first, they understand how critically important it is to do the POS system right. You want to make sure they understand how to do everything on the POS system pertaining to taking the order, ringing up discounts, ringing up coupons, making the correct change, and running credit cards. You want to practice cash handling procedures. This is according to AI. Cash handling is a key skill for cashiers. Train the cashier on how to count money, give change, and handle transactions. There are an amazing number of people that cannot make change, that are actually afraid of change. There are many food truck owners that will say one of two things for me. I can't do the math. I think it slows things down. And that's why they price on the even dollar. Okay, number one, giving change is not doing math. Giving change is counting. If you cannot count, probably shouldn't be in the business to begin with, because you got to count burger patties or pieces of shrimp or pieces of chicken. You've got to count stuff. That's what our business is about. That's how you make money, is by controlling what you count. Money is just another object to be counted. So how you give change, real simply. Somebody has an order total that's $8.29. You don't sit there and whip out a calculator and start to go, okay, they gave me a 10, and so I got to put in 10.00, and then I got to hit minus key, and then I got to put in 8.29 equals, and then it gives you the total, which will be $1.71. How you give back change is you start with $8.29. You pull out 1 penny. That gives you $8.30. So you pull out a penny. Now you need to go to the 50 cent. So 2 dimes. Now you're at $8.50. 2 quarters puts you at 9. Now we need to go to 10. So we pull out $1. And there's your $1.71. You count up to whatever they gave you. And you can do this if they're being really cool about it and they give you $10 and a 50-cent piece. You do the same thing. 1 penny gives you 30. 2 dimes gives you the 50-cent piece. They gave us $10.50, so now we need to get $2. It's easy to do, but you do it by counting. You don't do it by mathematics. The other thing that people will whine about is doing change is really slow. No, it's not. You can actually give out change faster than you can run a credit card transaction, because you're dependent upon 2 things on a credit card transaction. In many cases, you have to have a signature. Okay, so that takes time because the guest is now the one controlling that speed of process. And then you also have to beg for a tip if you're one of those people that have the tip automatically pop up. So now the guest has to read the tips and go, which one do I think they deserve? So please, handling cash and handling coins is no slower than running a credit card. And in most cases, the cash is going to be faster. So don't be afraid of change. Next step, according to AI, is to review safety procedures. Food trucks have unique safety concerns, such as handling hot equipment, operating in tight spaces. Make sure to review all safety procedures with the cashier, including how to handle equipment and what to do in case of an emergency. That's great advice. There's not anything I would change on that other than you got to do it. It is no fun for a little flame up to hit one of the fryers or the flat top, and there's a flame that's bouncing around and people panic. Oh my God, let's get out of here, it's going to blow. No, it's not going to blow up. In most cases, you can put out the fire without using a fire extinguisher, but still the employees need to be trained on what to do and how to handle when those little problems come up. The next tip from AI is to provide feedback and coaching. Throughout the training process, provide the cashier with feedback and coaching to help them improve their skills. Offer positive reinforcement when they do something well. Provide constructive feedback when they need to improve. I would take it one step farther. You will be coaching the entire time they're working for you. You're always going to be paying attention to what they do, and you're going to seek to help them to get faster and better and more friendly. Training never ends. They work for you for 10 years. You will still be teaching them how to get better. You will be coaching them along the way. Hey, you weren't as friendly as you should have been. Hey, you forgot to suggest a sell. Don't forget, our special today is this. You will always be talking to your employees. And then the last thing that AI says is by following these steps, you can help ensure that the cashier on your food truck is well trained and ready to provide excellent service to your customers. Now, you guys know that I don't refer to people that come up to a food truck and spend money with me as a customer, because they're not. They're guests. We invited them to come to our business. The invitation is extended through our marketing, through our signs, through our banners, through the wrap on our truck. We're saying, please come over here and try our food. We invited them. They are guests. Now, if you go through the things that I mentioned, in addition to what AI mentioned, you'll have a really awesome cashier. But the trick is, you got to follow up and you got to do it. You can't just hire someone and say, there's a register, have fun. Because they won't, and then eventually you won't have any fun either. Thank you so much for listening to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. If you're finding all the information helpful to your food truck business, please become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Just hit the support button or follow the link in the description. Every little bit does help keep us going. Join our Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. We have a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new beginners to decades-old veterans. They've all got your back when it comes to helping you with your food truck. And again, thank you for listening. Come back tomorrow, because you know I got plenty more to say when it comes to helping you and your food truck business grow.